think they'll pit a little before us. I think they're due to pit like any minute now, actually.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously, we're now off strategy, so the question is...
They were too. Bear in mind, they pitted when we had our incident as well.
Yeah, probably, so let's see when they pit. Keeping an eye on them. They are not pitting this lap, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, I should actually switch my stream over to this view here, so we can actually watch the race. How about... Oh yeah, I should also... I don't know, maybe it's enough if I just open the blinds a bit to get enough light in the room. Because I haven't switched my lamps on, because I didn't feel like it. It's not that dark really. I guess we're gonna do that. How many laps remaining?
3. Wait, no, 4. Sorry.
Okay.
I misread the 8 as a 6. Turn, you cunt. Okay.
So. I've done the ultra rare thing and opened the blinds.
Sunlight, our mortal enemy.
Yes.
So how much fuel are we going to go with? The 95 litres for an hour? Is that about right?
Yeah. Okay, piece number 6 is coming in right now into the pits. I'll just check on them.
Yep, would help if I didn't fiddle with my fucking...
Yeah, fill up to 100. So...
Up to 100, you say?
Yes. Right now we are on pit cycle in front of of the number 6 car. Final lap?
Yep.
Oh, that's a pit speed, probably. Nah, you can not do anything, I think, at this point anymore. Have this 3k over.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do the first thing, server drive through. Right.
ACC pit limit is a bitch.
The thing is, the McLaren, I think, doesn't display that the pit limiter is engaged. Besides, it actually flashes some white lights on the side. That's the indicator. On the GT4 variant, there's nothing. You're just left on your own. Comparison to the Porsche, which has a massive display on overlay that goes over. Oh, you switched the ignition off?
Oh, must have improved.
Okay.
Cross fingers, probably going to be a fucking drive through. It's a good stint as well. Arse.
Nope, we survived.
Way! I must have been like on the fucking limit. Thank God for that. done. I'm happy enough with that. A bit annoyed about the incident with the McLaren, but not really what I could have done.
Yeah, you got just a McLaren thrown at you. I looked at... I clipped it actually. Put it off topic.
If I didn't have the car between me and the McLaren, I probably could have avoided it. It's the fact that they spun across the car in front of me, out of my vision, and then back into my vision.
Yeah, as I said, I looked at it on your stream and clipped it and put it into off topic. It is visible that he's spinning in front of you, but you have to basically look past the right hand side of the car in front of you. It's still like easily understandable how you ended up in this position. In hindsight you can see them, but like only in hindsight. Chances of actually catching them while driving is very slim. Because why would you expect them to spin? Oh, you don't. Didn't check what was... brake bias was at 48, I think, the entire time.
Yeah, the brake bias hasn't changed the whole race.
Yeah. Either the gap calculation is a bit wonky because I've just gotten into the car, or the car in front of me, which seems ever more likely, has actually spun and lost 10 seconds.
What, the P21?
No. I mean...
Oh, what, the actual
P6. Not P6, sorry, number 6. Because the gap suddenly went from about 62 seconds down to 48.
It's not that wonky. It normally fluctuates by a couple of seconds throughout the whole.
I'm using something else to calculate my gap, so...
That's true. I forget that you have that as well.
And it's a bit wonky right now because I don't have a reference time in yet. Can use. That is very slow.
I think the gap that you've got might be correct, roughly.
Yeah, I think at this point it is.
I'm just doing a manual time. 48 seconds, yeah, that's correct. Well, I mean, I timed it at 47.5, so...
Yeah. I don't know if they was just wonky beforehand, and that's led to it being displayed at 60 seconds instead of 40. That's why it shot down, or that they actually spun and dropped like 10 seconds.
that's fine. So... So, on the straight up to the last chicane, they mounted the curb, went on the grass, got slightly twitchy and just sent it into the barrier on the right.
Ooh. So they're probably carrying damage then.
Well, luckily they hit it at sort of quite perpendicular, so they didn't, in terms of actual contact speed, it wasn't that high. They just kind of grazed along the barrier, so they might get away with not too much damage. When either way, there'll probably be some from the repair, so might help us a bit.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm gaining pretty rapidly on them. We might catch them before the end of the stint.
Okay.
At this rate. The game is very liberal to throw white flags when there should probably be yellows. I mean, there was a Porsche off the track, and it's like, yeah, that's a white flag, not a yellow.
Don't need to be cautious, it's just a retard. left.
Hmm?
They were determined to give you a kiss.
Who?
The Alpine, they just turned into you at the apex. You probably didn't get any like feedback for it, but they gave you a little kiss on your bumper.
Okay.
They like turned into you, bounced off.
Yeah, I only saw them run wide effectively and thought, oh yeah, well I guess they
No,
gave
that's
me.
because they turned in on you. You were already like half a car length ahead of them, and they just went, oh, bonk.
Yeah, it's weird considering I was very considerate going into the chicane and lifted off early.
A few people were complaining that the Alpines have been doing that. I think it's kind of been a give and take. The Alpines have been bullied, so now they're bullying back.
Yeah. I mean, I played fair. I lifted off before the chicane because I didn't want to go side by side into there, and then just passed them on the exit.
We're now P14.
Yeah, I've just noticed what happened.
Well, no, but we're still behind the number 6.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're now fine. 13th, I guess.
Yeah, it seems one of the front runners must have lost it because the 43 car is still in front of us. I don't know who we lost. Wait, doesn't this event that we're driving in right now use LFM BOP?
No, they made the decision to go to no BOP.
Ah, okay.
Well, default bot. They were going to use LFM bot, but then they changed their minds.
Okay. Would have been interesting to see how the car would perform. I think the McLaren doesn't have too much of a nerve on this track compared to some of the others.
Considering the leader is a McLaren already.
Yeah, that might change. I mean, someone posted an image of the table from LFM. I think the McLaren didn't even have the highest weights. The Ferrari was the fastest or something. So we're under 30 seconds behind the car in front.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I can see them now on my relative.
Yeah, gaps are still coming down rapidly.
Yeah, we're nearly down to 20 seconds. Ah well. That was it.
Morning, Lo.
Good morning.
I'm still trucking. P14 currently hunting down through Thurstmaster.
Oh wow, yeah, nice. How far away from time?
Just under 20 seconds now.
Was that 5 hours that lap loss a while ago?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, P12 has 2 laps and like 2.5 laps on us probably.
I think they just hit.
Well, P12 shouldn't be pitting right now. Well, they might be due a pit stop in not too long. Probably pitting closer to the 2-hour mark. Yeah, we must have lost like one of the top 10 drivers that's promoted us from P15 up to P14.
Yeah.
Because we didn't pass anyone. And none of the people we are vaguely fighting with have left the server, so...
looking at the live time out, I can see who it was ahead of us that retired. It was the 47 that disconnected.
Okay.
Ferrari. Doesn't really mean anything, but
Where were they running? Any idea?
I'm not sure. But looking at their lap times, I think they were like 7th, 8th.
Okay.
And technically, if we go by how like iRacing would do it, we're only just about to overtake them for position on laps.
Really? I mean, they've
Yeah.
retired a long time ago. I think you...
Yeah, they did 651 laps. So they might have been even higher than in that case.
Yeah. I mean, we are, I think, 13 laps down on the race leader. How long is...
51, 15 laps down.
Okay. Okay, so... How long would that be in time, 13 laps?
About, what, 26 minutes roughly? Oh, yeah, 26 minutes, just under.
Oh yeah, right. I was driving when we got promoted up to this position. I thought for a moment that like you were still driving when we got up to P14, but no, it was me when we were suddenly promoted up. So yeah, that adds up about roughly. I mean, even in Alpha Factor 2, the rules would be that you only get promoted after actually overtaking them. It's just in ACC, if someone disconnects, they're gone off the server. And only in the race results you will see them again. So ACC does keep the order correct. It's just, it's only in the race results you will see them. While the race is going on, they are removed. So that is slightly confusing. Correct order is only restored at the end of the race. Not sure if the Alpine isn't faster around this corner than this Porsche. Two seconds faster last time around.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I think I'm gonna catch up to the back of them at the end of this lap. 2 seconds. under 1 second.
Yellow flag accepted. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
What a fucking rookie mistake.
Nice one.
GG easy.
So, let's check that into-
Uh, 2.4 laps to P12. Which suggests I've probably not made up any ground during this stint on them. Pits for others right now in the pits. Obviously we have to pit in another 14 minutes.
You're gonna do another solo 24. Yes.
I mean, I've done one, why not do another?
So you're doing the For Honor race again?
Yeah. Fuck it. The thing is, this race actually means something to me now, seeing as, like, I went through chemotherapy for the last 5 months. So this year I actually have next year I actually have a purpose to do it. Because that was the reason I was stuck in hospital for 5 months.
Not fun.
No. It's all good now, but yeah, it was not a fun for 4.5 months.
Did they have a business
The FFSCA Discord.
Could you send me the link, please?
Oh, yeah. Assuming it lets me invite. Yes. As if doing the 24 this year, as long as you've got plenty of drink and you have the facility to turn down false feedback throughout the race, it's not that bad. It's just making sure you're in check of like what's aching, what's playing up, and just making sure you're actually taking care of yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I did myself. I've noticed we have 2 people in this lineup that have done a 24-hour race solo. That is you and me. I didn't drive the For Honor, but I drove with World Sim Sports.
You did it like 2 weeks after me at Daytona, didn't you?
Yeah. In AC.
I don't know if it was a clip, I just remember you just, I can't remember if it was during the race or after, you just led down on the floor. Yeah, like, what I was doing, like, at the end of each stint, I would just make sure to just, like, stretch my arms out just to make sure that I wasn't getting cramp or anything. Oh, 6 also got, to rub it in, got a drive through for speeding. Plenty of structures, plenty of fluids, a couple of energy drinks, and good to go.
Yeah. I mean, the advantage for me was because I did it with those guys, I had to do 10 mandatory long stops where I would be stationary for more than 2 minutes.
Oh no, I mean, I could have done that, but it would have meant losing time, and even though I had like a 5-lap advantage, I wasn't prepared to lose time. So it was pit, sprint to the loo, take a piss, sprint back, do a fucking Le Mans, do a WEC style driver change. Just fucking hop in the seat.
Yeah, I mean, granted the Alpha Factor 2 pit stop times, was it like 60 seconds?
It was about 66 or something like that. It wasn't very long.
Yeah,
It was extended for our class, but it wasn't that much longer than a normal one.
Yeah, I mean, it's still longer. I think AC's regular pit stop for me was about 26, 28 seconds.
I think so. Just a few more laps.
So, like, I had some cases where, like, I wanted to do some, get up briefly during the regular stops, and, like, that was barely enough time to just stand up and sit back down.
The advantage, I say advantage as if it's like, it should be a given anyway, but the advantage I have this time compared to the Bahrain Anna is the fact that this one I'll actually be able to eat properly. Because the one I did in January, I was having a bunch of symptoms from my cancer, so I couldn't eat. I had yogurt throughout the whole thing, and that was all. time I can actually have proper nutrition as well. Which
Yeah.
would probably help.
Actually, I've also just noticed we're now 1.4 laps behind P12. They must have also served the drive-through. Or
I
something.
can see a drive-through pop up.
Yeah, because they were 2.4 laps ahead of us. And then pitted, and that should have only cost them about half a lap, not like an entire lap.
The only thing I can think is that they had damage that they finally took.
Might be the case.
I don't know.
I didn't pay too much attention where they would end up back out, so I don't know.
Rich, going back to Anna, who was that? Or is?
It's just a charity. I don't actually know much of the background behind the charity, but it's a French cancer charity. I think it's just the person who started it had like I think it was one of their children was called Anna, so they just named it after them. But I don't know exactly.
But yeah, could you give me my tire pressures? I need a bit more pressure into the front tires, about 1 or 2 clicks.
Okay. So do you want 1 or 2 clicks?
1, I think.
1. So in that case, I'll give it to you when you get on the straight again.
Okay.
So your front left will be 24.4,
24.4, yep,
then 24.8,
yep,
24.7,
yep,
24.8,
yep, okay.
and I'll note that down as well, even though it doesn't matter at this point.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me in about an hour, because who knows if I can remember.
Oh, true, I keep forgetting it just doesn't save in general, not per driver swap.
Yes.
Grumble, grumble. And I'll note down temps just for the sake of it.
Yep, 26 and 29.
I've got that here.
One of the Alpines has only done it for one driver or something.
What?
One of the Alpines has just gone solo for most of the race so far.
Really? I thought they all swapped through regularly.
I don't know, I just heard the stream say that.
They might be wrong, I'm pretty sure I saw both of them change drivers regularly, although I'm not... I definitely know the Wild Fangs card swap drivers regularly. I'm not too 100% certain with the class leader.
The class leaders definitely swapped. I've seen them swap, I'm fairly certain as well.
Yeah.
Your stint is a big box this lap.
thing with the 43 is they are a little quicker at the moment, so
Yeah.
it's going to require some enormous fortune really to get anything on them.
Yeah. I think it'll come in this lap. My fuel calculator says I need to add 170 liters to get to the end of the race. I'm gonna take, I think, 90 this stop. Oh, there's the Alpine.
Fast car is approaching.
I have P12 right now, right in front of me. 6 seconds.
on the right. Losing time in the car in front in sector 2.
I feel always awkward with talking into silence, except when I'm muted and can just talk to chat because it's, even if nobody's there, it's just a bit less nonsense. But yeah, I mean, we have a bit of distance to go at this point. Not really closing in that much. We're slightly faster, I think. Out of Alpine there, I'm quite a lot faster. Well, not much fun than front. Two left car in front. How many times have I lapped this 513 Porsche?
I swear that they're just perpetually going a lap down.
How many laps are they down? I think they're like at least. Yeah,
They're 26 off the, well, not quite more than that because the ACC seems to be a bit weird how it's counting the laps. 27 I think.
Clear on the right.
Jesus. Which means we have lapped them like at least 12.
In ACC, but if I look at the actual pit wall laps, I mean they're 30 laps long. And off of us, they are 14.
But I feel like I've at least lapped them like 5 times since getting into the car. Well, probably more like 3, but like still, I think of a lot of times to get lapped.
But they're just 5 and it's fine.
Metzner is disqualified? There's some car that got disqualified. Must have been one of the...
I don't know who that is, they're not driving. They said the 22, right? I don't see a 22. 22 is in... What?
They're in 23rd second position, 23rd, something like that. Position is someone who's disqualified in the pit lane. maybe they have left at this point, but like I saw when I drove by.
Yeah, they've been, that car's been dead for ages.
Maybe I just noticed.
No, it did just say it. They were disqualified just now.
Okay.
But they've been dead for ages. The game's just decided I don't like you anymore. Oh, really close to it.
That's not how you take this chicane. I mean, Porsches have a tradition in rallying, but not too sure.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I've just beaten the fastest lap I set during the night.
Nice. Yeah, track still seems pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like my laps in might be a confidence thing as well. I mean, the laps I was doing in the night was like mid 55s, and yeah, I was doing bottom 55s being stint adjusted. So when logically I should have also been going a bit slower.
I mean, for you, the track temperature was not that much higher than it was at night. I mean, at this point, it's however starting to come up for me. I mean, I ran stints with track temp, air temp 19 and 20. And now it is up to 30 track temp. Even if it doesn't look like it. After sunrise, the clouds decided to come back. Ooh.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Risky overtake. 43 wanting to fuck around and find out right now.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I don't know what's going on, the car's not responding as it should.
Car is sleepy.
anything we can do at this point.
Faster car approaching. Roger.
I mean, if you're sleepy, it might be a good idea for you to just feed me the tire pressure numbers so I can dial them in and
I
send
said
run.
car is sleepy when you said the car wasn't responding.
Okay.
At the end.
I see.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I can get the tyre pressures whenever I want them.
Now we can do it then.
I was just joking that the car is sleepy, not me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was a bit too focused to hear it properly. You just heard sleepy and I was like, okay,
Car on
fair
the right.
enough.
Clear on the right.
Could also just be Discord being weird. Discord has a tendency to be weird, so...
I have a tendency to not hear things properly, so...
Without mistakes, you would need to be about 3.5 seconds out quicker than 43 to get the 2 laps back
Yeah.
and overtake them for position. I don't think that's happening.
And they seem to be falling off right now, but like, not enough. I mean, it took me how long? I was 6 seconds behind them when I came out of the pit, 6.5. And it took me now a whopping, what is that, 20 minutes to overtake them?
Yeah.
So... as long as I don't find some extra slow driver, this is not happening in the slightest. Good morning, Philip. How are you doing? And we've so far made up one position due to a car disconnecting. And I overtook the number 6 car in my first stint after gaining about 60 seconds in that same stint on them. They were not going particularly quick, they were lapping 58. And once I caught up to them, it was a very quick process of dispatching them. I have just now unlapped myself from P12, but we are still 1.9 laps now behind them, so yeah. And I mean, it took me 20 minutes to gain 6 seconds on them, so I'm faster, but enough. Although they seem to be dropping off a bit. Since overtaking them, they've lost quite a few seconds, but like, you're not EP anymore, that's pretty good. I don't know, I feel a bit tired definitely, but maybe just eating breakfast will help with that. Once we're done here in another 1.5 hours. How are you guys getting 3 positions? Well, I didn't even drive that much. I did a literally single on-track overtake. And the funny thing is, when I handed the car over, we were in front of the number 6 car. I think, as far as I remember. Yeah, I had, even for the brake pad change, guaranteed that the car had the correct was just enough heads. Ooh, young.
Car on the left.
Handed the car over, but unfortunately they did drop the position again. And we had to do a re-overtake on them. But he weren't particularly fast. I mean, Chris was, when I woke, well, I was wake a bit earlier, but like when Chris was driving, he was about 90 seconds behind. He gained in like an hour, half an hour, roughly 30 seconds on them. And then I finished in the last 60 seconds off on them. So yeah, that's... They weren't particularly going fast and continue to not really be. 60 seconds right now behind. So, you know. Yes, I actually slept between... After the end of the previous stream, I shut down well, I kept my computer running actually, so you have a fast get up time, but I lay down for like... set an alarm for like in 4 hours. I woke up a bit earlier than that, but I think I still got like 3 or so hours of sleep in. Because... Dan was gonna drive 2 stints, Jordan was gonna drive 2 stints, and then Chris was gonna drive 1 stint, and then I could take over. The plan changed slightly, that's why we're not having a splash and go at the end. Because Chris got involved in an accident that he couldn't really do anything about. He had a car in front of him, and then another car spun going through the chicane up there. And when he came out of the corner, he just got completely caught out by the car in the middle of the track and hit it. So he did After he was like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes into his stint, he did an extra pit stop, and that allows us to get to the end of this point. So we don't have to do the splash at the end. I mean, we did take tires and repaired the car obviously there, but like, honestly, considering the circumstances, it was not the worst outcome. It was significantly faster than actually continuing on to drive. He did try a few laps, but as far as I could see on his VOD, it just... he was losing like upwards of a second, 2 seconds per lap due to the damage. I've clipped it, but I mean, you don't have access to the Iris Discord, so you can't see the damn thing. We have been all doing quite well. I don't know what quite happened during the sleep stints of mine, but like Jordan seemingly only ran one of the 2 stints he was supposed to. On the other hand, Dan seems to have taken that stint over. So Dan seems to have done 3 stints, then handed over to Jordan for 1, and then Chris drove his stints. And then I've taken over since, with 3 hours, with just under 3 hours to go. So we have only to take 70 liters at the end to get to finish. So I've maybe a chance to even move my fastest lap even further down, which none of my teammates were able to beat. Although Chris did get relatively close. He got down to like low 55. 55.1 I think was his fastest he got down to. I got down to then this stint right now to a 54.7, so it's Jordan's spin or something. I think Jordan, I don't know if Jordan had any further incidents during his stints. No, during the first 2, I think he didn't spin at all. But I wasn't paying too much attention to his driving. I was busy finishing an assignment. I really wanted to get that done. There's another to do today, and it's like... That one that I wanted to finish had been plaguing me for like a week. It's like... It's had scope creep issues, and it just finally had to have its test cases implemented, and it was done. And implementing test cases had just like creeped completely out of scope. Did handle now everything. I even found one bug due to testing that I had a one-off issue. I didn't count one of the values, and it's like slight issue. You know what's worse? I actually slept with those on. Like I took them off and was like, nah, I think it makes more sense to just stay in them. Put my pajamas on and sleep like this. I shall be shamed into having a bit better personal hygiene. I mean, after the race, I think I have enough time to take a shower before we eat lunch. Because I need a shower in general after doing a 24-hour race, and like, B, like kind of really need to take a shower because I haven't in a while. So yeah, that needs to be taken care of. And I might be able to touch up the C++ assignments. That's not too difficult this week. That's the first one. The one I fear greatly is the theoretical information science. That shit is just... Theoretical information science 3 is just like utterly crack cocaine stuff. This is just completely out of this world. I really struggled. I need some points on the board for that one. That's what happens when you procrastinate massively. Hey, all of these assignments are due by midnight tonight, and the Porsche Cup race is at 1:30, so I can still do that one. I mean, I might be mentally destroyed at that point due to math on crack, but we should be fine with that. Yes. Ah. No, I'm not. P2 is closing in on me. I guess I have to have that one. There we shall. Yes, yes, we'll get to that. I mean, I definitely fit the VTuber stereotype. However, I don't have a vomit draw. I don't. That's too far too much. Show you. Oh, you probably don't know that reference.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
That's. I'll just say P.
Had a minor panic of where the hell did I put my phone and realised I put it on my table like a normal person.
What? What did you just say?
I was wondering where I put my phone and then realised, oh wait, it's on the table.
I mean, at least you didn't do where's my phone and you're holding it in your hands.
Oh, I do that too. I've done that many times.
Honestly, who hasn't?
Phone becomes an extension of your hand.
Right, let the P2 go by because it's a smidge faster than me.
Yeah, the leaders are something else.
I mean, I wasn't that much slower than him, but it's just I wasn't this awkward pace territory where it's like it's really awkward for him to make an overtake.
Yeah, it just gets risky. They get impatient and try and do dumb shit. to say Louis been quiet, but I've realised he's been deafened for a good while.
Yeah, I've been deafened from time to time. Oh yeah, right. I have about 16 minutes worth of fuel left.
Car on the left.
Stint time is 20 minutes, so
Clear on the left.
Yeah.
we'll probably run out of fuel first. No, I'm not fast. No, I've actually not.
Car in front in sector 2.
Not watched a race in real life in person. Except for it's a bit more complicated, like it wasn't a race of champions, but a certain manufacturer ran for 1 year an event that was very similar to the race of champions, and it was held in a soccer arena, football, depending on how you want to call it, and I attended that. Besides that, I think we have besides that, I've been to the Hockenheimring, but not during a race session, and I was very young. Otherwise, I've not been to an actual racetrack ever before. Yeah, football. I've not watched a football game either. I've been in a football arena. That's definitely something that happens, but like, not watched a football game in person. I've definitely watched football before. Yeah. Definitely watched the World Cup a few times. Especially the one that is probably the most painful I've watched live. For you. The one that's most painful. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I don't... I mean, if you listen to the radio regularly, you will be inundated with the Bundesliga. Because it will always come up in the news reports, and if you have to do small talk with people, they will probably bring it up as well. What series do I follow? In terms of racing, I would guess you're asking. I mean, I do follow F1, watch the highlights and stuff. I don't watch the races live. I mean, I don't watch streamers either live. Usually I watch regularly clips, so It is what it is. I do buy the plushies though. It's a serious issue. But yeah, I don't think I've watched any serial live. I mean, there's been times where I watched the VODs of IndyCar till they were taken off YouTube. Because so that was like back in 2018, something like that. I watched those to completion. They were obviously uploaded a few days after the races, so I've watched some VODs of Le Mans and I've watched some Le Mans live. Le Mans Daytona I occasionally watch live, but
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
and also not too recently again. You're probably referring to IndyCar here. I think back in 2018 they did upload the race replays to YouTube, but because their TV deal changed, they no longer do that. They had obviously the rights to not live. No. Do keep up to date and stuff about what's going on in racing, but like I don't really watch events live. No. It's yellow. Oh, there it is. The Alpine is parked in the runoff. The Alpine is standing in the runoff there.
Maybe it's... Wait, what? Where's it
Yeah, the
going?
class leader in Alpine was
I'm watching the track map. Okay, there it goes, rejoins. It took a really weird way of rejoining.
yeah, it was standing in the middle of the runoff area, just to the side, and like, hey, why is he standing there? And he was there for a while. I was heading through Schumacher S and like up the hill, and was like, huh, I'm having a yellow flag here. What is this? What is this? What? And then I see the Alpine parked there, like, okay, what are they doing? Right.
Went and turned the kettle on, made a coffee. Tea.
They have 20 plus laps or something on P2, so...
Made a hot beverage of choice.
Right, could you give me the tire pressures? I think.
Let me just get the spreadsheet. Do you need any pressure changes?
No.
I'll get the manual. Do you want me to wait until you get to the back straight? Before I give them to you?
Okay. Yep, I think about as expected. Well, that should probably come out soon.
So 24.4 front left.
Yep.
24.8 front right.
Yep.
24.7 rear left.
Yep.
24.8 rear right.
Yes. My fuel calculator is telling me I need to add 78 liters, so it only take 85.
Have a nice, I guess, fun sprint to the end.
Yeah.
Even if it's probably slightly too warm to be setting any track records.
Nah, track records definitely not. There's too many aliens, but like...
We can dream.
Yeah. I mean, beating my personal might still be possible, but it's a really solid lap. We shall see.
I mean, I'm happy enough with this 55 one I did. I think with a perfect lap I could probably also dip into the 54s, but all things considered, I'm not too disappointed.
Yeah, it's very solid.
Steam descending sound, can you hear that?
I mean, you drove also like nearly 6 hours in total.
I'm beginning to get more used to the ACC physics. Out of all the sims, I find it's the most different handling. Like RF2 and iRacing are kind of transferable, whereas ACC is, you kind of have to drive in an entirely different way to get the most out of the car.
I mean, it took a while for me to click ACC. I'm gonna get the feeling. It's back with the M6 quite a while ago. But honestly, at this point, I don't know. I mean, last time I drove an R-Factor 2, I was not that competitive, so I did not like how the Orica handled when I last drove it.
I enjoy all the sims. I'm just not fussy with what I drive. I mean, I just kind of jump into every sim and do vaguely mediocre.
Yeah.
I can keep the car on the track for 24 hours and maybe go sort of quick, but that's about it. What's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none.
Kind of does apply to me as well. Just I haven't driven R-Factor too much at all over the last like year or two.
I like the new. I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of the Oracle 3 tire patch. I actually like it a lot more than the new tire patch.
I am the opposite actually. So
Air quote new. It's not very new now, but the
yeah,
updated tire model. I really like the Oracle on the updated tire model.
I really disliked how the car drove at Le Mans, the Orica. I don't know why, it didn't handle right. It was so on knife's edge constantly.
Which is what I liked about it.
I didn't like it at all because it's like I can't push the car. It's about to murder me at every moment. I can't trust the damn thing. I mean, I didn't like about the old that you could get the rear tires to lock up
Yeah.
at every brake place on the downshifts. Yeah, that the downshift blip for some reason wasn't sufficient and the thing jammed the rear axle regularly. It was just nightmare stuff. I don't know, effectively the last time I drove, yeah, it was a year ago roughly when I did the Bahrain 24 hours in ELC, and there I drove a McLaren,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't say those two drive too particularly dissimilar.
Why did I miss that race? I'm trying to remember why I missed. I didn't do the ELC Bahrain. I'm trying to remember why. I think it might have been another race I was doing at the same time.
Yeah, decently full lineup. Again, I have to come in at the end of this lap for the final stop.
Yep.
Oh fuck. I overshot so badly that I had to reverse. Yeah, that's a scuff. I mean, we have a lot of time on the car behind, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think we... Yeah, I mean, they only just
Unlapped
got a
themselves.
lap back on us, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's gonna be a bit more difficult to put them a lap down before the end, but you know.
What, just to rub salt in the wound?
Yeah. I mean, something to do.
Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna get fucking P12.
I think the most scuffed pit stop I've had in an ACC in a while. I mean, it's probably the most scuff where I didn't get a penalty for. Oh yeah, we. Okay, listen, it's perfectly normal for me. I said this before, like I've head-petted people to sleep in VR chat regularly. This is not something new for me. It hasn't been a one-off thing. But yeah, 49 minutes to go at this point. I mean, I haven't been calm, but mess up my pit stop. I mean, I can get very ingy, but like, right now there's just no pressure whatsoever. I mean, you've also seen me just like under pressure when performing at B-Track yesterday, and it's like, oh yeah, Riska is a bit close, you know, I should perhaps focus on that. And not just be over here vibing. We had 96 laps completed just before this one. Now we're at 697.
Gonna get like 719 laps roughly, I think, then.
Yeah.
Not far off of the stint calculator, actually.
I mean, as long as you guess the average lap time correctly on the thing, then it will be very accurate.
Does it account for pit stop time?
Yes, that's part of the entire point of the thing. It very much accounts for that. And makes sure that is included in the length of the stint. I mean, part of the purpose of that sheet was for R-Factor 2. So when you adjust the fuel load, it will adjust how long the pit stop takes, because if you refuel less, you need to stand shorter. But because ACC does refueling and tires at the same time, that's why there's like a massively large 999 in the refueling rate, just to get a static refuel rate. The refueling time drops to 0, and we can just calculate with 30 seconds worth of standing time for the tire change. It also accounts for how long it takes to drive down pit lane, as long as you enter the number correctly. Which I think I have a good guesstimation for that as well.
There's a car accident in the lane.
Dragon Ball car, yeah, they have literally a Dragon Ball logo on the door. I I've just realized I hadn't looked at their doors yet.
I need to start actually installing more than just our livery for these races.
I mean, there is. I had a link to the site where they had done this livery sync.
Yeah, I know you did. I just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I forgot earlier.
I got our livery and I was like, yeah, cool, done.
Yep.
I probably should. It's kind of get boring just seeing plain black cars all over the track.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, Awesome Sim Racing is really useful if a league uses it, because you just have the client and you just hit sync and it downloads deliveries for you. But
basically, a trading paints.
yep, effectively. You can add your deliveries on the sites to collections.
Now that I'm doing more ACC, it makes sense for me to start actually doing the packs. So before it was more just a case of just pop on and do a race.
But like a lot of leaks still use just Google Drive folder, and then you have to download the thing and then extract the deliveries into the delivery folder. I mean, I did write a CLI tool with which you can just extract the folder and import it into the deliveries folder, which is kinda neat. On the other hand, it's currently in command line form, and I don't even have a... Well, I have binary of it compiled, but like... I usually run it literally from the compiler, so... Except they do. I definitely know they end in odd numbers. Definitely seen them end in odd numbers, that's for sure. I mean, depending on which digits you're talking about. Let's see, will we get an odd number this time around? Because the previous lab didn't have one. Right. Again, none. They always end in 04. No, I've definitely seen 05, I'm pretty sure. I've definitely seen 05. 115. I've definitely seen that as a number. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw during qualifying a time of... Or was the gap that? I don't quite remember anymore, but like I think during the race, V-Track race, I think... The trading... I mean, the explanation makes sense, but it's just... I don't quite think it uses the physics engine for the timekeeping. Yeah, I think.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I mean, obviously provoking the last number to be something specific is a bit difficult. Yeah, we keep getting 002 right now. Just like 3 laps in a row. The last digit is a 2. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't paid so much attention to my lap times to that extent. To the last digit. Let's see. Maybe it's like that. Yeah, I can also be very easily gaslit into believing things, so I might just be making shit up myself. Might be thinking that I've seen this number. I mean, you can definitely see gaps that are odd numbers. Yeah, I've definitely seen gaps of between fastest laps of odd numbers. Definitely seen that, but like, no, that wouldn't be possible if you have only even numbers to have an odd number of a gap, would it? Gaps definitely have other numbers, but how would they not gaps, but like there it is. There it is. Lap time 1 minute 55.025. You're wrong. It is very simple. Although, I mean, you do claim that the 40 Hz would result in an update rate of 0.025, which would mean that you can not see 04s, but you would see 05s. You would see 02, 05, 08. I mean, if it's it runs like the update rate as you say, then it would be technically 03s, 05s, 08s, and 10. Yeah, 10s. I shouldn't be using 0, but like the last digit can either be a 0, a 3, a 5, or an 8. Except if you round down, then it would be a 2, a 0, 2, a 5, or a 7. Which your theory might still be right, but like, because yeah, we can definitely get this 04 definitely doesn't make sense. As I said, I'm pretty sure they use a different, they don't use the physics engine for timing and scoring. Yeah, another 5. It would be interesting if we find another number that isn't 5. If we find another number that isn't 2 or 5. You know, a 9 would be interesting. Because that would say that definitely everything can be 9 or 1. 4 also. Any of those numbers would prove the point that you can that the scoring is precisely down to the thousandths of a second. I think the scoring is even more precise actually than thousandths of a second. Yeah, we keep getting 5s. So your theory might still be right, you just didn't understand it correctly. So yeah, your theory of 400 Hertz and timing might still be correct, it's just it works differently, definitely. Guess who I have in front of me again? Yes.
It's our favourite Porsche! Hello, friendo. The question is, will he let you through, or will he just fall off the circuit? It's normally one on the toe. I mean, to be fair, that Porsche is normally pretty polite. It's just I've also seen them spend half the race off the circuit somewhere.
Yeah. The physics engine is definitely 400 Hz, I can tell you that. But yeah, it might be that timing and scoring is done differently. In any case, I keep getting 5s and 2s on my scoring, so that's somewhat funny. Might be that PC actually runs at 400 Hz. This rate. Yeah, the curse of 5 was continue. Maybe we look at the lap times other people do. So we get a bit higher rate of actually getting to the goal. Oh. I thought that.
It's all good, don't worry.
I definitely saw someone just doing a 7. It's got a collection of numbers. Ah, it's fine. You had a theory about a game, it wasn't quite correct. And you figured something out. Probably most people don't even notice. And frankly, why would they? I mean, sometimes it comes down to those thousands of seconds. I have tied.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I have tied for pole position before. Down to the thousands of a second. And still lost out somehow. I don't know how. Yeah, but you would expect it to round up the number, which would make it 3 and 8 respectively, and not 2 and 7. But you would just expect it to be rounded, or I guess, I mean, in this case it doesn't need to. Just drops that last digit off the screen, which is how the entire thing works. Like, there might be a 5 that just isn't rendered, something like that. Instead of rounding the values that go into the leaderboards, it just cuts them after 3 digits. Why round down when the rounding rules are that you round up on 5? Doesn't make sense. I think that they just don't render the last digit is more likely. When I look at the lap times of everyone else around, I'm also only seeing 2s, 7s. I just saw 0 finally. And 5s, a lot of 5s. I agree. Yeah, I think the 400 Hz is probably right with your 0.025. This would make sense. That allows it to add up to 5. We drop the fourth digit, we only render 3 digits, which is why we see 2 and 7. And then obviously 0 works fine. So yeah, the 400 Hz is probably right. I mean, thinking about it, if you don't update the car's position, you calculate the car's physics every 400th of a second, you can't precisely, like, you know, do timing in between, really. How do you figure out if a car has started a lap or not? Now, you can do with lap time some clever trickery and guesstimate when the car actually crossed start finish. Like, you have 2 points in time, and you know how far away from the start finish line each are in either direction. You can just calculate how long it when the car roughly in between these 2 timestamps crossed start finish, and get a very precise timing that way. Despite your update rate being slower than that. And I guess ACC didn't think that was particularly necessary, so just ran with this system. So depending on how the update falls, you might get a physics update that places your beginning of your lap quite far already into the lap, or you get an update, and then or you have a lap where you finish up and it places your end of lap update very close to the start finish line. You could definitely end up saving or gaining 2/10ths, not 2/10ths, 2/1000ths of a second just from how the updates fall for you. Up to maybe like 5 even. I don't have the math right now off the top of my head. And maximum forward, you could go up to like, let's say 0.0, that's 2.5 thousandths of a second. 2.4 more like 2.5, close to it. Limas X to 2.5 thousandths of a second. And then your beginning of the lap can obviously drop to just precisely 0. Right. But if you have bad luck, so you can save up to like 2/1000ths of a second, but if you have bad luck, you start the lap obviously at 0 and then you end it up with it being, yeah, up to 0. Up to 2.5 thousand of a second over the line already. So yeah, you have a range of like nearly 5,000 of a second. Like you can gain over your actual real lap time 2.5 thousandths per second, and you can lose up to 2.5 thousandths with bad update tick. I mean, most will end up more in the middle. These are like extreme examples. On average, it will average out to 0, but like, seriously, that's like not particularly a little amount. Just from how updates fall. Yeah. So. Right, 18 minutes to go. I have fuel for about 24 minutes, so we're fine. I have 33 minutes stint time left, over an hour drive time. Yeah, I'm gonna finish with just under an hour of drive time remaining. But even Dan has less drive time left than me.
Yeah, Dan took one of Jordan's stints.
Yeah.
Jordan was feeling a bit tired, so we decided just to have him do less time in the car.
Yeah, the interesting thing is he did the stint just before you. So he tried, despite being tired, tried to stay awake longer to drive a...
Yeah, he went for a lie down for like half an hour, but that made it worse for him, so he was just more tired.
Great.
Whereas that sort of that thing of where like you've just woken up, that sort of tiredness.
Yeah, I've been there.
And Dan was feeling pretty happy with the car, so...
Yeah, it made sense. I mean, I saw on the spreadsheet and was like, did they fill in the names incorrectly, huh? Because the stint sheet didn't get updated. And then I went like, when I got in the car, I was like, wait a minute, that is, Jordan has a lot less drive time. And Dan has a lot less than we expected. I mean, no one's gonna beat your 3 minutes remaining. I think no one even that is in this race has so little.
I think someone had 1 minute left of drive time.
Damn.
I saw it in the SOP chat.
with how it's configured, it's doable, but like there is not much margin for a 5-driver team. I mean, granted, we do have still... How much time do we in total have left? I think up to like 6 hours we have totaling up right now. All of our time. Dan has 42, you have 3. Louis has an hour 45. Jordan has 2 hours 47. Yeah, we're coming towards 5-6 hours, something like that. So they must have set it up with like 25, with like what, 30 hours, and then ACC went and distributed this per team.
I just did a quick calculation based off of everyone's total drive time, and it would be exactly 5 hours 4 minutes and like 45 seconds we have left.
Yeah, I mean, if you have less drivers, like 3, this would be a lot easier to distribute, because you get all that margin. Each driver has a larger margin, effectively. It's also, on the other hand, it would be nice to always share relatively equal amount of drive time. And we were pretty good already on our original schedule. Just had you doing a bit too much. That's fine. We've sorted it out.
Yeah, it worked there in the end.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I mean, not yet. There is still 12 minutes to go. Not like we're gonna catch the car in front, but you know, those 80 seconds can still evaporate. I mean, the car in front could also still have a disconnect. We have enough laps to actually catch them still. But yeah, the likelihood of all of this happening is relatively slim. So you're gonna finish the race? Yes. Actually, in the description. The 3-hour dash in, I mean, it's even on the front there, the 3-hour dash to the finish. So we're gonna go to the end of the race. I take a shower and I'll probably eat lunch because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I mean, it's not too bad. When I got first stint, I was feeling a bit hungry. And now my body has realized, like, no, you're not getting any food. Okay, fine, I'm gonna stop complaining about it. I mean, it's gonna come back with a fury about that, but, you know, we're gonna just have to put up with it once we're done. I mean, honestly, who does actually read descriptions? Where is the... Where's the race leader on track?
Race leader is literally crossing start line now.
Okay. I guess that means 6 laps to go then. For them, us 7.
Yeah.
I should focus a bit more. No, I'm not fast. I'm not that fast. Let's get to the finish line. This point. It's been so long. She just wants to get home.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
6 laps of fuel remaining. We're fine.
Well, unless you like manage to punch your fuel tank or something.
No, I'm thirsty, so...
With a knife.
No, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna take a sip.
Car on the right.
Drink.
Clear on the right.
Gasoline.
Drink well, oil man.
No, Kimmy, you're not gonna have to drink. Okay, fine, I've got to drink another fuel tank. Oh, the cloud cover has lifted just for the end of the race.
You know one thing we didn't get this race?
Rain.
Rain. Yeah. All
Yeah.
this talk of, you know, we're probably going to get bits of rain in this race, and absolutely none.
And there was a 30% chance that the race is completely dry, and well, we hit that 30% chance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining that, but I also wouldn't necessarily mind a bit of rain either. I had fun when I was doing practice in the work of this car. Given some of that practice was spent intentionally drifting it, but
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily productive for a good lap time, but either way.
I mean, it was like a 2.4 hour race I once ran at Indy with GT4s. And there was a 5% chance for the race to be completely wet. Guess what happened? And I was driving the Maserati.
Oh.
I think I finished like 3rd or 4th, something like that. The Maserati somehow was pretty damn good at Indy. Even when the conditions were kind of treacherous.
To be fair, I guess in a weird sense it can be kind of advantageous because some TC systems can just get confused by the wet and just activate more than they need to.
Yeah, the thing with the Maserati is the wet tires function more like Inters. So it's not too good. You can't move the brake bias far enough rearwards. It's limited to 49. And when it gets quite wet, you start locking the fronts constantly. So that's a bit of a struggle on that front. Otherwise, in damp conditions, the Maserati is an absolute weapon due to the wet tires coming alive earlier than on other cars. So you can just pound people there in a damp... because the others are like struggling between dries and wets and neither are working for them, and you're just on the wet tire. I had a race at Bathurst in damp conditions and I was passing on the top of the mountain, people. Maserati's cornering ability was something else. It's just that the thing obviously with Indy is why it's confusing why the car even in dry or wet conditions did pretty well is that the Maserati is not particularly good obviously on stopping. It's a heavy car and doesn't have ABS. So, and the Indy obviously has a lot of heavy braking zones. And somehow the car still just wills itself into competition. Timer has now expired. I have about 15 minutes of stint time left. Drive time just under the hour. And now it's the final lap also for me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm now on the 723rd lap.
Whee.
Leader has finished the race.
Race leader has finished. There's quite a bit of rain outside of my window, however. It's funny. Final corner.
Yep. Oh, very nice. I don't think that was too bad, all things considered.
Good job.
Yep.
Best you could. Take it easy indeed.
I mean, basically smack bang in the middle in the end.
Yeah.
13 out of 25. I'm pretty happy with that though, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely a solid performance here. SOP people regular not pushovers ever.
Oh,
We did have-
I've done a couple of SOP sprints before. And yeah, it's yeah, the field's generally pretty competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned this earlier that I've gotten my ass kicked by these guys regularly whenever I've decided to turn up. I mean, I have in those events regularly not helped myself by picking bad cars, but whatever.
Is it over?
It is P13.
Nice one.
No, that was good fun.
Yep.
Definitely up for some more ACC Euros. I think the only real thing I need to get a bit more used to is how pressures change throughout the transition from day to night.
I think no one really has that down.
Yeah, especially my first two stints off the pressures, that was just hell in the end.
I mean, I was never too wildly off. I was like 0.3, 0.4 too high at most. During my third and fourth hours, I kept having the rear right over pressured. Like everything else was pretty ideal, but it was just that rear right that kept not wanting to play ball.
Yeah. How much did I actually predict? How many laps?
Well,
733 I predicted with an average lap time of 56.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we had Jordan, who I think in his first couple of stints was I think he was sort of dropping in 58s, 59s. Obviously, a few incidents here and there.
Yeah, so doesn't include those. I mean, it's kind of close to the average lap pace with 33 lap stint with 58. Like the maximum you can go with 33 laps before you actually hit the stint time when you do that. and that would be a 158, and that is 720 laps.
Yeah.
And that actually does one less pit stop, funnily enough. So we did 23 pit stops, I did 23 stints definitely as well. And this ended up with slightly more, so we definitely lapped faster than 58 on average. Well, a bit slower, I guess, than 56s. Actually, we can just...
Oh, yeah, it would have been slower than 56 as just
Green light, green light.
from things at end of stints, from incidents and bits and bobs, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe
A couple of drive-throughs for track limits.
So I want to go briefly check something, because we have, yes, let's see, how many tire sets can I see here? All of them, yes. So we can go briefly through the tire sets. I mean, the first few I think are the tire sets that, what's his name? Dan was running in the wet practice. There's like some moderate graining on the front tires on set 3. They were also worn down quite a bit. He must have run pretty long on those. Why is those? Oh, there's actually race tires. I'm not sure. I mean, I finished on tire sets. What was it? My final tire set was tire set 25. I had some light graining on the front tires. Which it seems the car might have just produced that generally. If I look on... So 25 was my final stint. I have light graining front tires, and the front inside dropped down to 2.3 millimeters remaining. The rear tires lowest is 2.0. If I look then, my second to last stint got down to 1.85 and 2.13 rear to front with light graining. Third last was similar. And then I think that's your set, Chris, that you ran then, which has moderate and significant graining on the front tires. Down to 1.98 on the front left inside, and then 1.77 on the rear right, which is probably why you drop off towards the end of the stint, because your tires literally have graining on the front.
I mean, once I got into the race, I wasn't dropping off too badly.
I think the set 21 was probably Jordan's. It's not too worn in, and it has light. No, wait, that's actually not Jordan's. That's yours. That's your first part of your stint when you had the accident. That has only about half a stint on it, so that's why that's not too worn in. Stint 20, however, I think is Jordan's, and yeah, they're not as worn in, which is not too surprising. Stint 19 is Dan's, and significant graining, again similar to what you had on your final stint. And then again more the same, significant graining. Set 16 is I think mine from my second stint in the night. Again, light graining front tires.
I think where I'm still used to Power 2 drives, I think I over-rotate a bit on the fronts.
Yeah, that could be a
compared to
thing.
what I need to. So that'll just be something for me to figure out over time.
So stint 6, set 16 is that one, 615 is mine again, and then set 14 again is Jordan's. Jordan again has a ring less wear than all of us. Our rears wear a bit more than the fronts, but like none of them are critical. We've not below 1.5 is when you need to replace them. Although you can run further, but like, I mean, double stinting these tires would have been fun. But like, yeah, it's okay. Stint 13 was Jordan again, I think, and then again we have stint 12, which would be you, Chris, again. That time severe graining on the front, so not significant but severe. Similar wear pattern, significant on set 10, which would be Louis.
That'll be Louis, yeah.
Yeah, actually, wait a second. Louis is No, Louis handed over the car to Jordan. So actually the severe tires are Louis. These here. It said
severe.
11 and 12 are yours.
They felt fine at the end.
Yeah, you had less fuel on the car.
Oh. And
That helps, but like you probably did see your lap times drop off a bit towards the end. I mean, even I got light graining, so that's part of the thing.
When I was on board with Louis, his times were dropping 58s to 59s by the end of his stints.
Yeah, I don't know what is worse, severe or significant. I don't quite know it anymore.
Severe sounds worse.
I think it actually is. Maybe it is probably. But yeah, we have light, moderate, significant, and severe. And yeah, we have tire set 11 has severe on it. Yeah, tire set 11 and 12 and 11 was Louis. Then Chris was on 10 with significant graining. Then set 9 was also yours, which has significant on the front left, moderate on the front right, which probably indicates that we were talking about that severe is first and significant. Then
So I
set
got
8.
something right in that stint.
Yeah. Oh boy. Set 8 is Dan's final stint. And that has severe graining on the front, blistering on the front, slight blistering, and graining on the rear tires. He shredded them. They were done for.
what was my first double stint tires like?
Your first double. Oh wait a second. It's getting complicated for me to figure out which stint belongs to who. Again, so severe. Then significant and moderate, which is Chris, and then actually no, it's Louis. That's yours. That's not Dan's. That's yours. There's severe and light graining rear. You utterly shredded them in the first two stints.
Stint? Yeah, first stint the tire pressures were really low.
Yeah, the first two stints of yours were utterly. I mean, you had on the first set even light blistering on the rears. They got shredded there completely. Severe graining and light blisters front tires. They've also probably worn down more than you got down to 1.75 there. On the insides. We have here set 6. Yeah, wait. Chris, Louis, and then that's then Dan finally, with a light blistering front left and severe graining the front tires. And then set 5 again the same. The rear's worn down to 1.71. Then set 4 has moderate graining, but I'm not sure. That must have been like a practice or qualifying set. I can't figure out what sets he was running for qualifying. Sets 1 and 2 had barely any wear on them, but sets 3 and 4 definitely had some wear on them. So maybe he ran set 3 and 4 in practice, and then qualified on 1 and 2. It's definitely clear he probably ran sets 5 and 6 for his first two stints, and then gave Louis 7 and 8. Right, I think those numbers make sense to me. Anyway, the thing is, when you finish the race, you can't obviously open the setup menu while you drive, while someone else is driving, even though you're the teammate. So you can't actually check how the previous tire sets did. You just have to guess. But when the race is done, even if the session transitions, if you haven't driven out yet again, you can still look at through the setup menu at the old tire sets. And that's what I did just now.
Yeah.
Because I find that relatively interesting. I mean, for the Trackalicious Championship, we had to sort of do that because we had only 4 tire sets per race. So figuring out how we did on our tires was kind of important. But obviously it's not as important, but it kind of also explains the issues I had specifically in the Nürburgring round of track collisions, because my car's pace disintegrated in the first stint completely, and considering the setup was very similar to this one, yeah, we probably suffered from graining issues there in the first stint. And I probably it pushed the car too hard and got a lot of graining on the front tires, which destroyed the tires completely and disintegrated the pace. Well, I did obviously today a bit better in my stints.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice drop off being too bad. I was still able to do 56s by the end of stints, so
Yeah.
didn't affect. Obviously it was a bit, but it wasn't too drastic. Certainly not for me. As I said, I noticed that Louis' pace dropped off quite a lot. Jordan's was fairly consistent, which makes sense, as his lap times sort of were on the lower end in the first place.
Yeah,
I think Dan was about the same as me, maybe slightly quicker overall.
yeah. I mean, you all had like roughly the same tire wear as each other. I mean, Louis, after his first 2 stints, after shredding the tires there, his third and fourth stint were roughly like the others. Not too different. I mean, I was different in my values because I wore them apparently a bit less and also got less graining on the fronts. I mean, I also ran more traction control than you did. I ran 4 TC.
I just found 2 was comfy for me, so I just didn't change it.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan handed the car over to me with 5 TC, 2 ABS, and 1 TC2, because Dan ran TC2 on 1, and I turned that off and dropped the traction control by 1, and that ran for me fine, and didn't try to change it ever, because I didn't see a reason. I didn't feel like the engine was being cut away from me, and I didn't feel like...
I just liked the control that TC2 gave me.
Yeah, I mean, it might be... Yeah, sorry.
I like generally having a car that I can actually use the throttle to get the rotation that I want.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I dealt with, in the V-Track race with the same car, at Valencia with... That setup ships with 2 TC and 4 ABS. I dropped the ABS down to 2, hoping that it stopped, because I felt like the ABS was malfunctioning and just opening the brakes up when it didn't need to. So I had issues with the brakes a bit, but TC also was like way too low, especially when the track was like in practice still green. It was just, you did not get any grip on the throttle. So I ran a bit more in the race. I think I went up to like 3 or 4. Because it's just... The car was just not biting at all on the rear end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap up my stream briefly. So, let me briefly do something. Drum swap overlay. So, I mean, I should have perhaps swapped the filter for my pedal cam, although when I'm having my feet on there, it's not too blinding, I guess. But when I remove them, it's just the metal just reflecting all the light that's coming in through the window. Yeah, that's a bit extreme. Usually I have a daytime filter for this thing. Where is it? Where's my pedal cam? Droid cam, filters. Yeah, I have a specifically darkening filter. Well, darkening. I usually don't use the darkening filter anymore. But yeah, the normal filter, which doesn't do much. I have for night driving, obviously the brightening. But yeah, this is without any filtering. And this just bumps the colors a bit up, so it's a bit more flashy. So none. And this is with bright filtering. Because I usually race at the evenings, this makes a lot of sense. Eyes are burned, right? I will wrap this up now. We will be back in... How many hours is the next one? Yeah, in about 12 hours, roughly. I will be back to drive Porsche Cup cars. At... what track are we this week with this championship? Let me check that out. Give me a moment. Cup Championship. Draculicious. Races. It is going to Brands this week. Interesting. Really interesting stuff. Brands this week for that one. So yeah, 12 hours till we run Porsche Cup again. I won last time out, so 12 hours. Roughly, the race, the qualifying starts at 1:30 a.m. I mean, last week. Well, yeah, it is Monday for me already, but like for the Americans, it is still for the Americans, it's obviously Saturday evening. So yeah, it's Monday night, which is what I did last week as well. I drove in the same race, which was just after midnight. Although, because of time zone switch, because the Americans have this night swapped over, they are now, the event has moved from 30 minutes after midnight to 1 hour 30 after midnight. Whatever, we do what we do with it. I think I'm gonna continue running it. We shall see. Right. Okay then. I think it's time to say goodbye. Oh God, I tried to make it completely blinding. Good night. Bye bye.